excellent target. Very well played.
Absolutely. You thoroughly deserve that. Thanks for being with us. Look forward to seeing you next time on The Chase Australia.
On 7's Gold Coast News, the battle of the border. Premiers at war over when to reopen.
A spectacular rollover beside Bermuda Street. What happened to the occupants?
The family that's quit the rat race for a better life post-pandemic.
And why these pets have emerged big winners from the crisis.
Live from the Gold Coast, 7 News with Rod Young and Amanda Abate.
Good evening. A war of words has erupted between the Queensland and New South Wales premiers over the state's border closure. Gladys Berejiklian claims it's getting a bit beyond reality, but Anastasia Palaszczuk won't budge.
A battle over a border that separates two states, divides a community and has cost this Tweed cafe almost half its customers.
Imagine you get a city and you put a line in the middle of the city. It makes it really difficult.
The closure was put in place at the end of March, and while many other restrictions are relaxing, this one is likely to be the last to be lifted.
We're well placed to be there as long as necessary.
The New South Wales Premier believes that time has come.
Doesn't help Australia, it doesn't help any of the states, and it doesn't help our population, it doesn't help economic activity.
Those on the dividing line agree Tweed businesses haven't seen their Queensland clients for weeks.
A lot of them have had to defer appointments and hoping that they're, going to be able to come over soon.
Just down the street, a Coolangatta publican is fed up.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I think that, they've got to take the personalities out of it and they've got to take the politics out of it.
Despite the criticism from her southern counterpart, Queensland's Premier says it's likely the border will remain closed until September, or at least until community transmissions in other states have eased.
But that could be earlier. It just depends on the medical advice.
This notion that somehow you're going to completely eradicate the virus from Australia is, I think, a bit beyond what's reality.
The situation will be reviewed at the end of the month. Carly Madsen, 7 Gold Coast News.
Police say we got it right on the first weekend of relaxed social distance regulations. Businesses reopened and people gathered with friends as the city's pulse indicated it's well on the road to recovery.
It was another stunning Sunday sunset, which again drew another big crowd. But though there were hundreds on the headland, it's legal again. Groups of no more than 10 people.
Just to get in the car and get away from the house.
Most occasions, people were doing the right thing.
The first wave of restriction relaxations began at the stroke of midnight on Friday. The Mayor marked the occasion with his wife at the Star.
Looking forward to our new freedom.
All weekend, cafes, restaurants and pubs welcomed back patrons, but only 10 at a time.
It's great to see the community come alive again.
Still enough for foodies to get their fix.
We were going to do it today, come what may.
Others ventured further afield. Motorbike riders maxed out the new travel rule.
150, wow, let's continue to Bow Desert.
For the coast, it meant an influx of visitors from Brisbane and beyond. Tamborine Mountain roads were busy. The hang gliders lookout packed with picnickers.
We love it up here.
There were very few troublemakers across the whole city for the whole weekend. Just 2 people were fined for breaching social distancing requirements and just 1 person for drinking in public.
We ordered about 80 people to tip their drinks out.
A whole new way of life, but we seem to be getting the hang of it. Josh Adsett, 7 Gold Coast News.
Time's running out for major events due to take place in the second half of the year. After the shock cancellation of the Gold Coast 600, other event organisers are desperate for guidance on the future of mass gatherings.
A room at the Golden Gate to watch the V8 is like finding a golden ticket.
It's the busiest weekend of the year, no question, busier than Christmas.
Fans book years in advance.
They'll pay for the full amount as they're leaving for the following year.
The resort has promised refunds, but so far most guests have opted to be credited for next year.
The month leading up, we get so many tradies and traffic control people.
Main beach cafes will also suffer financially.
They love our bacon and egg rolls. They order like 20 at a time.
The clock is ticking for other major events such as Groundwater, whether to postpone or cancel. Events with new dates already include the Gold Coast Running Festival, moved to the 6th of September. The Mudgeeraba Show rescheduled for the first weekend in October. Organisers of August's Gold Coast Show plan to make a decision either way next week.
We're just waiting for direction from Queensland Health as to when mass gatherings will start up again.
It can be pulled together more quickly than other events because it doesn't rely on interstate travellers.
The store holders, the local businesses, the rides operators, they're only up in Yatala.
Schoolies is still on for now, but accommodation organisers are prepared for the dates to be moved as far back as February. As for the Gold Coast Marathon, organisers are due to make an announcement about its fate tomorrow. The event was expecting nearly 30,000 runners and thousands more supporters, many from interstate. Hoping a revised public health order will provide more certainty. Alex Lewis, 7 Gold Coast News.
The driver of a wrecked ute has been arrested after a spectacular rollover beside Bermuda Street at Mermaid Waters this morning. By the time officers arrived on the scene, several occupants had fled. It appears the ute was being driven dangerously on the grass strip before it rolled.
A police operation to catch a gunman has ended in a high-speed smash in Helensvale. It happened last night and was caught on camera.
The moment of impact flared in the thermal imaging camera on board the police helicopter. The Holden Commodore slammed into a police four-wheel drive. Smoke poured from the wreck as officers moved in. They had tried to stop the driver 2.5 hours earlier in Surfers Paradise.
I got it. Yeah, Golf Sierra 715 reporting an evade, northbound Esplanade, Surfers Paradise.
The car had stolen plates. On Oxley Drive at Runaway Bay, an officer threw tyre spikes in the driver's path. Seconds later, there was flying debris before an entire wheel spun away. At Saganto Drive in Helensvale, the driver sideswiped a vehicle moments before a high-speed impact. Police found a handgun, drugs and almost $50,000 cash in the car. More drugs and another $48,000 were found on Saturday after a car crashed on the M1 at Gaven. Police arrested the male driver and a woman they claim was trying to take bags from the wreckage.
That's why she's keen to get out of here.
The bags contained drugs valued at $120,000. Holly Fallon, 7 Gold Coast News.
2 men have appeared in court over a hit and run which caused major traffic delays on the M1 at the weekend. The suspects were found hiding on a nearby construction site.
On the M1 at Ormeau, a Mazda 2 is abandoned after ploughing into a black Mercedes. Its driver and passenger nowhere to be seen, but officers did find false plates, fake IDs and dangerous drugs in the hatchback. Then 2 hours later, this.
I'm out!
The dog squad swarming on a construction site.
You under there, mate? Police dog squad, come out now! Come out! Good boy, buddy, come on! Good boy.
Arresting 23-year-old Christian Skidmore and 30-year-old Nathan Hughes.
Good boy, buddy. Yes, sir, good fella.
Both accused of being involved in the hit and run and fleeing on foot into bushland. Police then executed a search warrant on a Surfers Paradise hotel where it's alleged they uncovered guns, ammunition and drugs. The pair is in custody and due back in court tomorrow. Dion Savage, 7 Gold Coast News.
Coming up next, a very public COVID test for a local politician.
The family that's sold up to make a better lifestyle post-pandemic.
Why these pets have emerged as big winners from the crisis.
And how art lessons are helping some Gold Coasters beat depression.
On 7 News, son arrested after the murder of southeast B&B hosts. Mysteries off our coast, a sailor dead, a fisherman missing. Tension brewing over the Tweed border blockade. What's being done to make our public transport safe, plus how to pocket an extra $500 at tax time. 7 News at 6.
So let's be really clear, is that the murder weapon?
Scott Osdick's murder conviction. Now a major breakthrough. A retrial ordered.
Someone did something that got the blame for it.
The holes, the planted evidence.
He was wrongfully convicted.
7 News presents Framed tonight.
When we look back on these days, let's remember what we found. Because when all we have is time, what we find is each other. We're here to support you. We can. Together.
Your Ford dealer is still open and ready to help your business get back to business with high-vis value. so you can get a hard-working Ranger XLT for only $54,990 drive away, or the great value Ranger XLS for just $46,490 drive away. And don't forget to check if your business is eligible for the government's instant asset write-off this financial year. So hurry into your Ford dealer now for high-vis value.
Gian, why do you love LifeSpace Broad Spectrum Probiotic from Chemist Warehouse?
LifeSpace Broad Spectrum Probiotic is Australia's #1 selling probiotic. Its 15 multi-strain formulation helps encourage good bacterial diversity to support a healthy microbiome. It can also assist with immune system function and general health and well-being.
At Chemist Warehouse, LifeSpace Broad Spectrum Probiotic is only $23.99.
LifeSpace is my go-to probiotic brand for the whole family. Make it yours too.
Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
If you've been injured and can't work, your normal life and income can suddenly stop. Check if you have an insurance claim through your super online in minutes, so you can start again. With Slater and Gordon, tomorrow starts today.
A few days ago, James had neck pain. Then he discovered Voltaren Emel Gel. It relieves pain 2 times faster and reduces inflammation. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
It's a difficult time for Aussie families. We can't change what's happening, but we can bring you something fresh and tasty. And when we do, you'll know that your family is helping ours. So thank you, from our family to yours.
Meet the revolutionary Sleeping Duck mattress reimagined by aerospace engineers. The first mattress ever to win Choice's Best Overall Mattress 2 years in a row. It comes manufacturer direct, free of markup. Sleeping Duck, incredible quality with incredible value.
Some people might see superannuation funds as a sea of sameness. But some super members belong to a fund that's dedicated only to them. Sun Super's stress-tested investment strategies have delivered strong long-term returns that have beaten the industry average over 3, 5, 7 and 10 years. Join our 1.4 million members and feel the strength of Sun Super.
$556 cash back for working from home. Everyone's eligible. Exclusive details. Special report. 7 News tonight.
Police are appealing for public help to find 2 missing Gold Coasters. 30-year-old Jared Treacher vanished on Saturday. The avid surfer left a Southport home before his vehicle was discovered at the Spit. 33-year-old Dusty Lee Royal Bowman was last seen at a Mudgeeraba address. Both missing people suffer from medical conditions.
A local Morrison government minister has been tested for COVID-19 at the city's newest respiratory clinic at Hope Island. Stuart Robert underwent the procedure to show just how simple the test is.
Well, that was simple and easy, and there's no reason why any Australian or any Gold Coast in our case who's not feeling well shouldn't come straight down.
That's correct. Come on down, we'd love to see you.
You can also get the test done at our public hospitals and at clinics in Burleigh, Upper Coomera and very soon Nerang. Mr Robert will get his result tomorrow.
A Labrador couple has found a silver lining after losing 2 businesses during the virus crisis. They've downsized their entire lives and say they couldn't be happier.
Packing up a life reminiscent of a time pre-pandemic.
We did it again.
For 6 years, Fatima and Croydon Wheeler owned Fitness Fast Track, a popular Bigger Awarders and Oxenford franchise. But in the wake of the gym closures, they were forced to close permanently.
A massive community in the Northern Gold Coast and helped a lot of lives.
Now it was time to nurture their own.
What we've had now by being locked down, to really think about what do I really want in life.
Their answer was quality time. They sold their family house, downsized their belongings, set for the simple life in this 7x1 metre tiny home on wheels.
We are working our tails off for materialistic things that don't bring value, that are gathering dust.
Putting their business online, clearing their debt and stresses.
I don't have to be in a car hours just getting to a brick and mortar that I was working for just to cover the bills.
And they're not alone. According to the REIQ, there's been a spike in inquiries from locals seeking a tree change in the Currumbin, Numbamba and Tallabudgera valleys. More flexible working arrangements in the future will see many more people wanting to move here.
It's like a a ton of weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
Proving less is more. Holly Fallon, 7 Gold Coast News.
Doctors are referring some patients to art lessons as therapy for mental health issues, with astonishing results.
This is my recovery, my way back.
The artists are having a virtual exhibition of the creations that are helping them beat depression, and we'll show them to you very shortly.
But just ahead, the Suns back at training for the AFL restart.
James Courtney back in a Supercars seat after a rough start to the year.
And not everyone has suffered from the COVID crisis. These pets couldn't be happier.
On 7 News, son arrested after the murder of southeast B&B hosts. Mysteries off our coast, a sailor dead, a fisherman missing. Tension brewing over the Tweed border blockade. What's being done to make our public transport safe, plus how to pocket an extra $500 at tax time. 7 News at 6.
David, I'm assigning you to the Home Secretary.
Very good, Mum. Pleasure to meet you, Mum.
I'm late for a meeting. She's got an agenda to heighten fear, to seize power. I don't need you to vote for me, only to protect me.
These plots do not always arise from outside.
She's got you wrapped around her finger. This is a very dangerous politician. There's been an inside man all along.
Looks like the Home Secretary couldn't be in safer hands.
The must-see event, Bodyguard, Wednesday on 7.
If you're looking for a simple home loan with a great low rate, then walk this way. With a Rams Essential Home Loan, you can enjoy both. Backed by our famous silver service. Rams, greater together. Come on, everyone! Donate some of your data to kids who need it most and power their potential.
Going crazy stuck at home? Want help to cook up some fun? Why not get your Hungry Jack's flame-grilled favourites delivered now with Uber Eats or Menulog? With easier online ordering, the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
So how are things?
Couldn't be better. Margaret's busy. Cooking, washing, cleaning. I wish I could do more. The mind's willing, but the body...
Oh, tell me about it.
Thanks to Margaret, Kath and I can still live at home together.
Serenity Home Care. Live the life you love in the home you've always loved.
Glorious beef eye fillets are now just $19.99 a kilo at Aldi. It's high-end steak without the high-end price. Oh, how dare you animals. Aldi, good, different.
As this year continues to be a challenging one for all of us, NRMA Insurance remains dedicated to helping Australians. We've introduced a customer help program with a range of relief options to assist customers currently in need. If you're experiencing financial hardship, call us today to find out how we can tailor help options for you.
Head to Macca's if a little treat is what you need and grab 24 Chicken McNuggets for just $9.95 or a large sundae for only $3. For your Macca's run, contact-free, we'll be here.
On 7 News, son arrested after the murder of southeast B&B hosts. Mysteries off our coast, a sailor dead, a fisherman missing. Tension brewing over the Tweed border blockade. What's being done to make our public transport safe, plus how to pocket an extra $500 at tax time. 7 News at 6.
The Suns have returned to the training field for the first time in 2 months, but they have to adhere to a number of strict new measures.
Split into groups, then divided further. A second pre-season begins.
Temperature checks and stuff like that on the way into the club, making sure we're in 2 separate facilities.
Groups according to where they play on the field,
So that will be with 7 players and 1 member of staff.
Pockets of excitement spread around the training paddock.
They're incredibly excitable and pleased to be back around each other.
But that's the limit of their socialisation. The AFL has tough new rules.
They come to here already dressed, ready to go. They train and then they go home.
And stay there, except for essential reasons. Players and coaching staff will also be subjected to COVID testing twice a week.
Once before the main training session and then once prior to playing in the game.
With contact training allowed from next Monday, the Power and the Crows have booked their flights for Sunday.
Our young guys are we're almost having to hold them back at the moment. They're so keen to get over there.
Bond University and Griffith University are set to join Southport Sharks as training bases for AFL's refugees.
We'll do whatever we need to do to help the AFL get the games played, and we're part of that.
Mitchell Crone, 7 Gold Coast News.
While the GC600 won't be back this year, a local Supercars driver will. James Courtney has joined Tickford Racing after walking away from Team Sydney following the season opener. He replaces fellow Gold Coaster Will Davison in the Tickford lineup, who lost his seat after sponsorship was withdrawn.
It's an unfortunate turn of events for Will and everyone at 23 Red, but for us to be able to roll in, save all those jobs and keep cars on the grid for Supercars is, it's exciting.
June's season restart will mark Courtney's first laps behind the wheel of a Ford in a decade.
The isolation rules have worked in the favour of cats and dogs in need of a home. Many went into foster care when the shelter closed and have since been adopted. Walking the dogs is a daily routine for the Thompsons, who are now also walking a cat.
Little Ginger Ninja, as we call him. He's just part of the family now.
At first, the plan was to foster Simba when the Animal Welfare League was forced to close its shelters.
This is Simba, our foster...
With Christy working from home, it gave her and her kids more time to care for a kitten.
He's the best kitty cat ever.
I've been thinking about it for a while now, but I was really nervous about having dogs and how a cat would fit into the home.
But Simba adapted well to life with his bigger brothers and quickly made his temporary position in the family permanent.
And I just said to the boys, no, that's it. We're adopting him. He's with us.
He's not the only cat to charm his way into a loving home.
I have with me Ollie.
Ollie and Ali are now inseparable.
Follows me everywhere. She's amazing. She's almost like a puppy, which is really strange for a cat.
She's one of 536 animals adopted through the AWL amid the COVID crisis, but there are still 500 animals in care. You can still adopt by looking on the AWL's website and making an appointment to meet them.
As the time passed by, I just fall in love with her and I decided to keep her.
Well, the weather's next. Liz, what's in store for us?
Well, after a bumper weekend of showers, the wet weather will be on and off this week. I'll have details shortly.
Also coming up after the break, an exhibition from artists whose paintings became therapy to help them beat the blues.
Guilty of the murder of Special Agent Emily Byrne. She's alive.
You've been gone 6 years.
Where were you? Do you recall anything from your time in captivity?
No.
She must remember to save herself.
She's dangerous.
Castle Stana Caddick in the riveting new series, Abate, starts Tuesday on 7.
With 100% of your daily vitamin C, go for gold with a zest-free Sun Gold kiwi fruit. Make your healthy irresistible.
Zest-free.
Eggs. They make an easy, versatile and nutritious meal for the whole family. Keep them in the fridge for a healthy meal that's ready when you are. So get cracking, Australia.
At Pacific Harbour, Bribie Island, the beach is part of your life. Secure your large home site from under $290,000. Just 50 minutes from Brisbane Airport by bridge. Visit bribiebeach.com.au.
Want to sell something for instant cash? We're open. Looking to buy from a huge range of quality second-hand goods for less? We're open. Cash Converters. Find us online or visit us in store.
HelloFresh. Delicious meals delivered to your door with pre-portioned, fresh ingredients. Now you can focus on what's really important. Order your box today. HelloFresh. Inspiration delivered.
Today we'll be offering... They're gone. What do you mean they're gone? The snacks. They're gone. Missing. Well, they have to be here somewhere. They're not here. They can't just get up and walk away.
All right, only 13 more hours to go. You're gonna have to hold it.
Huddling at home? Try Domino's new Chicken Parmesan Deep Pan. With 22 succulent chicken pieces and crispy rasher bacon from just $15 delivered. Order now with total peace of mind thanks to zero contact delivery from Domino's.
Pork! Pork!
When you reach for pork roast, who knows where you'll end up? Get some pork on your fork.
Sharon Goodell is here with top stories just ahead in the news at 6.
Rod, he's accused of murdering his parents at a popular bed and breakfast. Tonight he is behind bars, where police caught up with a wanted 31-year-old. Also tonight, rescue crews have been kept busy with 2 marine mysteries off our coast. The search for a missing fisherman and a sailor found dead. There's commuter confusion across the southeast with public transport changes expected to come into force because of COVID-19. So what's the plan? You might be surprised. Why our Chief Health Officer doesn't think we'll ever beat the virus and the battle brewing over the Tweed lockdown. The restriction the Premier says we'll have to get used to. Plus, the giant ruse at the centre of an archaeological breakthrough that today became world news. The tens of millions of dollars Gold Coast comedian Celeste Barber raised for bushfire relief has been at the centre of a legal dispute. Now a court has decided where it will end up and how Gold Coasters can pocket an extra $500 at tax time. That story and the rest of the day's breaking news at 6.
Doctors are referring Gold Coasters who are struggling with their mental health to local art teachers for therapy. One woman claims the lessons saved her life.
Stroke by stroke, Katharina Schwartz is healing.
When I paint, I'm nowhere else but painting.
Beneath the bright colours are some dark days.
No job, no car, 2 children, nowhere to go.
She sank into depression.
I was homeless for 18 months.
About a year ago, Katharina took up painting lessons on doctor's orders.
It's considered what we call social prescribing.
Patients are referred to this studio in Mermaid Beach for therapy.
So that's my psychiatrist, Goldie from here, and my best friend. And that's me, and they're pushing me up.
It's not officially medicine, but it's effective.
This is my recovery, my way back.
The artists are showing their works in an exhibition, a virtual one because of coronavirus.
And they're currently for sale at the moment. All proceeds going to the participants.
The good thing about a virtual exhibition is there's no limit on wall space. 200 works will be displayed by 60 artists. Artwork priceless for mental health.
Would it be fair to say art saved your life?
Yes. Art and my children.
Alex Lewis, 7 Gold Coast News.
And now with all the weather, here's Liz.
Thanks, Rod. Hello, everyone. We started the working week with some light showers across the coast. It's been another fantastic afternoon for those who enjoy rainbow spotting. The wet weather will remain on and off this week with the heaviest falls most likely on Thursday. There was some good swell over the weekend for surfers, and our pick of the day was sent in by local photographer Cooper Lowndes. This shot of Mick Fanning getting barreled at Snapper Rocks. Share your weather photos with us on Facebook for a shout out here. Currently in Coolangatta, it's 19 degrees. Winds are from the south-southeast. Here's a closer look at today's temperatures. 16 to 24 for Coolangatta. Nerang and the Seaway also reach 24, 12 to 23 for Canungra. The satellite shows showers as trade winds keep pushing onto the coast. The weather will be quite eventful across the state this week, with the potential for some widespread rainfall as moisture builds in the Coral Sea and a low pressure trough comes into play. Tomorrow, cloudy with a high chance of showers. 15 to 23 for Eleanor, 13 to 24 for Rabina, 11 to 24 for Nerang, 13 to 24 for Coomera. Over Surfers Paradise, showers more likely in the morning or the late afternoon, 14 to 24. On the water, strong winds should ease back, but they'll swing to the dreaded east, so expect a lumpy, bumpy sea, low tide around midday. Here's a look at Burleigh this morning. Still a solid swell with consistent waves coming through, but becoming quite wind affected, taking the weekend's shine off conditions. The winds will be even harder to escape tomorrow. The east-southeasterly swell averaging 4 foot on 7. sets. Looking ahead, mild autumn temperatures, Tuesday and Wednesday showers, Thursday rain at times, becoming dry for the weekend with cloud lingering, so our end to our beautiful bluebird autumn days. So hopefully the cloud coverage tonight won't affect our ability to see Arcturus, the fourth brightest star in the sky. Look northeast to the horizon around 8 p.m. That star is 7 billion years old. That's older than dinosaurs, kids.
Thank you, Liz, and thank you for your company this evening. See you again tomorrow at 5:30. Stay with us. The news at 6 is starting now. From the team, good night.
Tonight on 7 News, the sun